Hey everybody, it's Heidi Hope and it's FAQ Friday. Thanks for joining us at the studio today. We have some awesome questions to share the answers with you. So let's get started with our first question from Katie Parker. And actually I have a surprise guest here to help me answer it. So come on in, Mary.
Hey guys, how are ya?
You all know Mary Maloney from Pebbles and Polka Dots Photography, and she is joining our creative team here at the studio to take over our newborn division. She's super talented and she is a baby whisperer. She knows everything there is to know about newborns, so I thought she'd be the perfect person to answer Katie's question today. So here it is. Okay. My newborn sessions always seem to run really long. I feel like I'm only shooting 5% of the session and 95% of the time letting the mom feed and try to soothe the baby. You can't exactly rush a baby nursing or tell them to hurry up and go to sleep. I'm so burned out on my newborn sessions running extra long, 4 hours. How do you keep your newborn sessions moving along so you can get them done in a timely manner?
Okay, so my best answer for this would be prep. Prepping your client before they come in, prepping the baby. There's a whole list of things that go along with that. Making sure the baby's up for a couple hours before the session is key. Also, pacifier and a pumped bottle. So that would be number one. And then also having a really solid workflow in your own studio, going through the poses the same way and being able to move quick through the session is what my answer would be for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really good advice, and I would say the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, being prepared for sure, and preparing the parents.
Absolutely.
Because they don't know what to expect. Don't forget, this is a lot of times their very first newborn session that they've ever gone to, so they have no idea what to do, and they really want a good session too. So the more you can communicate it to them beforehand, the happier everybody is, including the newborn photographer.
And the baby.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for answering.
Yeah, no problem. It was great seeing you, Heidi.
We had so much fun today.
I know. We'll see you guys. Have a good one.
All right, so let's get to our next question here is from Amanda, and she says, hi Heidi, nice take on the Ice Bucket Challenge, thank you. It's been a while since I've tuned into FAQ Friday. Anyway, I'm trying to establish boutique packaging for my products that align with my branding, but I don't know what to do about framed prints or very large wall prints and canvases, 16 by 20 or larger. Do you use boutique packaging for large prints, and what would you suggest for people who are budget conscious but still want the upscale look? Oh, we have struggled with this so much at our studio because we do a lot of really large wall art. Most people leave with a 16 by 24 or bigger when they leave our studio. And we've just sent it out as is. We have toyed around with different wrappings, like we bought this turquoise paper and wrapped it in that. Craft paper is a really inexpensive option actually if you need to wrap stuff up. But what we found is that when people came to pick up their stuff, they really want to see it. So unless we had somebody wrapping on spot for everybody who picked up, we ended up moving over to just doing clear plastic over things. So that way we can wrap it in the clear plastic. It's protected for the car ride home, but they can still essentially see the image in the frame when they come in to pick it up. So that was sort of the best way that we handled it. And then on any of the, like if you're going to wrap it with something that's a little bit less expensive, you can always make it look a little bit more high-end and boutique by adding ribbons or tags, or you could print out custom little thank you cards or notes, or even a sticker on the front of it, and that just helps brand it and make it look a little bit more detail-oriented without spending a ton of money. So great question, thank you. Okay, let me put these down on the ground there. All right, we have a question from Michelle. What are a few things you would have done differently when you were getting started? I get asked this question a lot, and I love it because, you know, I feel like maybe I can save some people some trouble when they're starting their businesses. I think the biggest regret I have is that I didn't plan my business first and really focus on the elements of, I think that when I got in, I just had a passion for photography, and I didn't realize how much work it is to actually be a business owner. But essentially, when you start charging for your photographs, you become a business owner. And so I didn't do a lot of that planning. You know, let's take a restaurant, for example. You know, people can't just, they're not just, if they're a chef, they're either going to go work for somebody else in somebody else's restaurant, or they're going to open up their whole own restaurant. Well, that's two totally different things. You can still cook for a living and get paid for it and do what you love, but it's very different being a chef at somebody else's restaurant or deciding that you want to be an entrepreneur and open your own business, right? Well, photography is just such an easy entry into the industry that I think a lot of people get way in over their heads quickly because they've got that passion for photography, and then they're like, wait a minute, like all of a sudden I've got a business to run. So I think doing that, some of that first would have saved me a lot of trouble. But that being said, I really don't regret the way that I did it, because I feel like by figuring all that stuff out, I'm able to help other photographers get out of a difficult situation. So if you're in that position where you're over your head in your business, or your pricing isn't right, or you're overwhelmed with the number of hours that you work per day, or you're just finding yourself burnt out and hating it, I feel like now that, you know, that's a big passion of mine, is really connecting with other photographers and helping them with those things. And had I not struggled myself, I don't think I would have felt that pain, and I don't think that I could really relate to it. So that was a great question. Thank you. Okay, Lynette asks, what are some of your favorite places to buy props? I am like all over the place. Definitely, what's that little, there's like a little graphic that's like, oh, you know you're a newborn photographer when everything you see, you wonder if you could put a baby in it. That's totally me. I buy stuff wherever I see it. So Target and Home Goods and antique shops and online. There are so many good prop companies now. And what I love actually about shopping through prop companies for photographers is they generally know that a baby's going to look good in it, so you're not really taking a risk. Where when I started, I would just like buy all this random stuff and then I'd be like, oh, baby doesn't really look good in that. And it was a big waste of money and a lot of trial and error. So now you can just kind of go to trusted sources and you know that it's going to be good for photography. So yeah, that's sort of what I do for prop shopping. All right, I think we're going to do one more, and then I've got another fun surprise on the way. Let's see. Erica asks, hi Heidi, how do you reward or motivate customers for testimonials? Do you give them free prints or credits towards the next shoot? Erica, you can do anything to motivate and reward your clients, and clients love it. So just think about what it's worth to you. We've done all sorts of things in the past. We've offered a free 8x10. We've done a giveaway where we just randomly drew a name out of all the testimonials. You could do reward like a point system. There's all sorts of, I mean, you really can't go wrong, and everybody loves free stuff. So any way that you want to reward them, I think would totally work, and you just kind of communicate it to them, and don't forget to send them a friendly email and say like, hey, we're doing this great program for testimonials. If you could please take the time to just fill something out here, then, you know, we'd love to give you a gift of, you know, the free 8x10 or whatever it is that you want to give them. So, all right. So last but not least today, I have been nominated twice in the past 2 weeks for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. And hold on, I'm going to put my bowl down. So I think the ALS Challenge is so great because it's raising awareness for two amazing causes. One is ALS, and I already went online today and made my donation. I am like 2 weeks late in doing this, but I decided to still do it anyways because I have seen, I think they've raised like 44 million or 40, I don't know. They've raised a lot of money. And I think it's a great way to kind of spread awareness for a good cause. And it's also spread awareness for another cause I have seen, which is water conservation. Everybody is, you know, kind of talking about that on Facebook too. And I gave that some thought, and I realized, yeah, that it is kind of wasting water, but that is not why I am not going to dump ice water on my head today. I'm not going to dump ice water on my head because I don't want to redo my hair tonight. It's Friday, and I really don't feel like going home and washing and re-blow drying my hair. But I made my donation, and for those of you concerned about water conservation, I also looked up some facts, and it actually is 5 to 7 gallons of water every time you flush the toilet, and it's also an average of 25 to 50 gallons of water every time you shower. So if you want to save water and still do the Ice Bucket Challenge to raise awareness, then you could simply follow the rule: if it's mellow, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. And you could conserve 5 to 7 gallons of water just by not flushing, and that would allow you to do 7 Ice Bucket Challenges and raise up to $700 for a really amazing cause. So you get the best of both worlds. You're raising money for charity, and you're still conserving water. So I would like to call out for my Ice Bucket Challenge Donald Trump, President Obama, and Oprah Winfrey. Have a great Friday, everybody.
Oh my God, I just got it all over me.